good?
Yeah, everything's great.
Have a seat. Can I get you a cup of coffee or some water, soda? What can I get you? I know, it's a little disconcerting.
Did you arrange the design of the pictures?
No, I didn't. There's a guy we hired, believe it or not.
Really?
That does that.
You'd be right about. You know what would be great would be some coffee with some cream and some sweetener.
Great. I'll get that for you right now.
Okay.
What do you think of this decor here, Gary?
It fits in. It fits in. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing, you know?
Gary Busey is an actor. He came to prominence in the movie Buddy Holly.
Mm-hmm.
After that, he did a string of movies. I don't even remember the movies.
Best known, I suppose, for being the villain, one of the villains in Under Siege.
Yeah, that was good.
Or one of the Die Hard movies.
Yeah. Usually he comes in here and he just looks like he's going to kick my ass.
It always looks like.
Always looks like he's going to kick my ass. Who are you, the Terminator? Dude, you got to calm down. How are you, my brother? Good to see you, Gary. He always gets in your face. Come on, sit down, man. You got to relax.
I can tell you use my theory.
You're
Which
wired.
Is what? You got a theory?
Look at this guy. He always looks angry to me. You always look angry to me, Gary. Honestly, you sit down. Smoking a cigar at this time in the morning?
It's not a cigar, it's a candy cane. Thank
Gary,
you.
you always look angry. I would think it would be very difficult. I see your son, he looks just like you. He's the spitting image of you. And a lot of times, I even sometimes see your son, I think it's you. You do look very young. Yeah. And I would think it'd be difficult to be your son. You're a very tense guy. You're a very...
You think he was a uptight father?
Yeah,
is what
I do. I would think it would be very... Are you close with your son?
Very close.
What? Hold it a second. You're very close with your son?
Yes, I'm very close with my son. Yeah, Jake is my son, and he played my son when he was 5 years old in a movie called Straight Time. And I knew he had the goods then, so we took him out of show.
Listen to your voice, how it's changed since Buddy Holly.
Well, it could be like this, too.
Did you sing in that movie?
Yeah.
That was you singing?
Yeah, it was the first musical done live.
Well, look at you.
By the way...
You sang all those Buddy Holly songs?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
What's wrong with you?
I didn't... What do you mean, what's wrong with me? A lot of things. You want to get into that? We'll be here all day.
I read your resume, Howard. It's pretty
You always
vicious.
strike me as one of those guys who could go off at any minute. I'm talking about...
For real.
Even like Robert, I don't know if Robert Blake killed his wife or not. I don't know anything about it. But you were like one of those kind of guys. Like if someone really sets you off.
A hair trigger
Okay.
OJ.
Okay, Howard, stop talking.
All right, go ahead.
Uh-oh. See, you've done it already.
Did I say something wrong?
No, you never say anything wrong.
Go ahead.
You live on an ambitious. You live on an. I tell you what, Howard. When you get lost in your imaginary vagueness, your foresight becomes a nimble vagrant. That's
Holy
what's happening
mackerel.
with you.
I knew
Well, now
it.
I understand everything.
Yeah, it's true. But the brain surgery, where are we going now?
No. I was saying you're one of those guys who likes to mix it up. In fact, I would imagine being your son would be difficult.
It was difficult.
Yes.
It was difficult at the time when I was laced into cocaine in the early 80s.
All right.
That was very vicious. But Jake and I have a very, very strong bond
You do?
now.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Very strong bond.
You know.
And we do get people have come up to me on the street and said, hey, Kerry, your brother was great in Contact.
Right.
I said, well, that's my son.
Yeah, you do look good.
You know what? About your about my intensity, I have been known as, I used to be an intensity junkie. Now
you still are, because I had Robert Blake on my. I'm not comparing you to Robert Blake, but
you can't compare me with anyone, just like you can't be compared with anyone.
Of course not.
But I heard your ADR tapes from Private Parts.
Yes.
I was in.
What are ADR tapes?
That's looping.
Oh, thank you.
And when you, I just did a movie called Slapshot 2 with Stephen Baldwin and the Hanson Brothers hockey movie, coming out with Universal. And I went into an ADR room and I saw Private Parts on these tapes, and I said, "What is that?" I said, "Oh, that's Stern's movie, Private Parts and ADR." And I said, "Golly, what's he like when he's looping?" They pulled the tape off of there.
Yes, thank you.
And put it on.
Yes.
And there you were talking. You were talking to yourself. And before you would say a line to inspire you, you would say, "I love the smell of old wood and young boys."
Is that right?
Who would say that?
Yeah, you did.
You got to be kidding me.
No, I love the smell of old wood and young boys.
Now, why would you make up a story?
I didn't make it up, pal.
Of course you did.
Hey, I have an affidavit.
Are you trying to say that I'm a homosexual?
No, I'm not trying trying to say that. You know
Are you trying to say that I like young boys?
No, I think you
gotta be kidding
You're the
me.
one who started the BYOV parties.
What's the BYOV?
Bring your own Vaseline.
Oh,
No, come on now. What are you
Come on,
saying?
Howard, it's
Now,
on
what,
your
I've
resume.
obviously insulted
I've seen
you.
pictures. No, you can't insult
Did I
me.
insult you?
You never have and you never will.
Did I insult Gary Busey?
No.
See,
I
you don't
think,
even know.
He's making a joke.
I told you, when you get lost in your imaginary vagueness, your foresight becomes a nimble vagrant.
See what
It's
I mean?
hard
You're
for you
a
to
very challenging guy.
It's hard for you to plan ahead simply because you're at home in your imaginary vagueness. That's where you live and breathe and breed. You're there.
Were you ever a telemarketer?
I don't know what that is, telemarketer.
You know, these guys who call you on the phone.
How did they not get your number?
Right. Where do you live now, Gary? Are you living in L.A.?
I live right where I'm sitting.
I heard that. No, seriously, are you an L.A. Resident?
Yeah.
You are. And some of your friends, who are your friends? I read that you're friends with Jan Michael Vincent. He's another guy that comes on my show.
Goodness.
And he's deteriorated over the last couple of visits.
If we can't say something nice about
No, I
somebody,
don't mean
let's
it's
not
bad.
say it.
I'm concerned about
Why do
the
you
guy.
interrupt a lot? Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
What's that sound you make?
Although you do make me nervous.
You have some phlegm in your throat.
No, I have no phlegm in my throat.
What was that sound?
No, you have phlegm in your throat.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No,
now,
I
listen
don't.
To me. Listen to me. Let me ask you something.
Oh, this is going to be good.
How is Jan Michael Vincent? Seriously, I'm worried about the guy.
Jan Michael is
ahead.
in a situation where he's working very hard to stay alive, and the situation is that Jan is like a brother to me.
Will he make it?
Yeah, he'll make it.
He'll make it.
He'll make it.
I'm worried about the guy. I like him a lot.
Well, I'm going to go talk to him and give him the essence of faith and hope. And
well, you've become like a whole
focusing.
Jesus freak, right? I mean, you had a whole conversion.
Freak.
Well, whatever you want to call it, Jesus or something. You're
Jesus freak. How old are you?
I am 47 years old.
My God, you're going on 65 when you use words like Jesus freak.
Is that a bad word?
No, you're Jewish. And
Yeah.
you know,
Howard, I think they have different terminology these days. In Gary's case, he's a promise keeper.
What is that?
that's
Promise
pretty
keeper.
good. It's an evangelistic
It scares me.
group. Why?
I don't like it.
You've never. You know what?
I don't like promises.
Why? Because you've never been able to keep promises.
Neither of you.
Yes,
I was going to
have.
say,
Oh, come
Gary,
on.
come on. You've
Gary,
had a few
you-
problems
Yes.
with keeping promises.
Gary, you don't.
Listen,
I don't need to be a
guys,
promise.
you know what a problem is? A problem is an opportunity in disguise.
Right.
So what I do with my life now,
What is the
besides-
promise?
It's, you know what the word trust stands for?
Yes.
TRUST. It stands for talking realistically, understanding sacred truth. That's the meaning of
How many
trust.
guys are into this? Seriously.
How many guys are in
How many
this?
guys are promise keepers?
Thousands and thousands and thousands. It's an
But
evangelistic
how many
group
are
that-
serious?
Yeah, I mean, how many guys are really doing it? Because isn't promise keeper like you gotta like stay married and stuff?
Here's the
No,
deal. It's
no.
I thought that's what it was.
Can I just tell you my interpretation of it? It's sort of like the white version of
the Million Man March, yeah.
It's where guys who have done who haven't done everything right in their past sort of get together.
That would be
and say-
all of us.
say,
No,
hey,
no. Listen. Let me tell you. If
Yeah.
I can ask you to stop talking for a minute.
That's impossible. I got to be honest with you. Gary,
here
where are
he
you
goes
going?
again.
Uh-oh, he's coming up. Don't come over and hurt me. I'm having an interview. Wait.
It happens every time.
Gary, be nice.
I'll tell you what promise keepers are.
Why are you doing this?
Because I like to be close to
See,
you.
I told you it'd be hard to be your son.
Well, listen, it's great. Oh, here, give me a here,
You scare me, man.
Promise Keepers is a group of evangelistic leaders that talk to men and their sons for 2 days in big arenas, big stadiums, and they talk about breaking the gap. They talk about standing in the gap where you reconcile races, you reconcile religion, your faith, you reconcile your arrangement and your relationship with God and
Can
your
you
son.
sit down, please? Please, you're making me scared.
Really?
You're scaring me.
You've never done this before.
Yeah, go ahead. Go over there. Go over there.
Why don't we
man.
trade?
You know what?
I'm afraid.
Give him some gummy bears.
I think Howard,
He's a scary guy. Gary scares the
And
hell
he's
out
going
of
to
me.
hang out behind you now.
Yeah, he does.
won't leave.
Gary, go over there. Come on, I want to interview.
back here.
Get over here. No, it isn't.
I know at some point with the Promise Keepers, at
Yeah.
some point you do have to sort of reconcile your past. Like if you've cheated on your wife, if
Right.
you've lied to your wife.
Don't
if
you
you've
take an oath?
You don't get up and say that.
Yeah,
No,
you don't,
take an oath.
I don't know. It's
There's
just
a
it's
funny smell back there, man.
Really?
There is a
I didn't
funny
say I
smell.
smell good.
Well, I didn't say you smell bad. You know, my
Now,
favorite
what
game
happened
is
when he
that
walked
smell.
over
Would you
there?
like to play it?
He grabbed me up in his arms like I was a woman.
But did you have an accident or something?
I had an accident in my pants.
No, you didn't have an
I
accident
crapped
in
my
your
pants.
No, you didn't.
Now, you're a tough
smell
guy.
that
You could
way.
definitely take me out in one punch.
I can go 15 seconds with anything.
Really. Why do you not do any more singing? You were great.
I am. I'm doing a gospel album, a tribute to Buddy Holly, and an album of my own music.
All right.
And I'm playing in Los Angeles with the China Club All-Star Band.
Really?
You're in a.
And the Gypsy Magic. And I'd like to say one thing. I am so happy to be in New York working on Law and Order. I love this city. It's so unique and individualistic and so powerful.
You're on Law and Order now.
Are you a regular on Law and Order?
Well, let me finish.
Okay.
Somebody told me you walked off the set. Is
Let
that
me
true?
finish.
Report. Answer that allegation.
Yeah, when we go to lunch, we walk off the set.
No, really. Did you walk off the set? You in anger or something?
No, never.
That was Tyne Daly. They are not the same.
That
Are
is-
you the same as Tyne Daly?
That is the way. No, that's called gender-related stress response.
Because you're a professional. I can't see you walking off.
I
the
don't
set.
do that. I had my years of difficulty in belligerence and cocaine, but that's all gone now. The greatest gift I can get right now is by giving, and I'd like to say thank you to Union Teamsters 817 for how they were taking care of me and my driver Tommy. He's good.
All right.
Right. All right. Let's say that Gary Busey is in the movie Slapshot 2, coming to theaters in September.
Something like that.
Is this a good movie? Or-
Yeah.
Yeah. You're proud of this?
Yeah, I'm very proud of it. It's
Stephen
funny.
Baldwin?
Yeah.
And what is it? Hockey?
Yes, hockey.
Do you get on the ice?
No, I'm a CEO multimillionaire who buys a hockey team of misfits and brings them into Omaha, Nebraska and puts them in a league that I own, Family TV, and it's like the Harlem Globetrotters. The misfits, Stephen Baldwin's team, never win. It's the Icebreakers who win every game.
Are you currently in a love relationship with a woman? I'd love to know who you're banging.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
Really?
Why is that?
Well,
Good-looking guy like yourself, rich.
Well, I decided to focus on my career and my behavior and my music and the ministry I do, and I created the Traumatic Brain Injury Act after my death off the motorcycle.
What do you do for a sexual outlet? Honestly, I mean, I'm as a man, I want to know.
As a man, you want to know what I do for a sexual outlet?
Yes, I do.
Then maybe it is true what he said about what you say during looping.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. So
It is.
I'm gay for you. Tell me what you do for sex.
Do you know what the word gay stands for?
Yes.
What?
Happy.
No.
What?
Good as you.
Right.
It came in the first gay pride parade.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah, good as you.
All right. Listen to me.
But wait a minute. So he has sworn off women at this point.
No, I haven't sworn off women.
When's the last time you got laid? Be honest.
What?
Oh, come on.
I can't remember.
No, that
Wow,
wasn't it.
that
No.
long. Guy like you, a rich, famous guy? You're in a slump, my friend. Never mind keeping
Whoa.
promises. You haven't gotten time out.
I'm not in a slump. buddy.
That's a slump.
Oh no! You
Bro.
think I'm going to tell? You think I'm going to talk about my personal life
Yes.
with you?
Of course you are.
Why?
Because you trust me.
What's in it for me?
I'm your buddy.
You going to pay me?
No. I'm not going to
Forget
pay.
it.
Okay, I'll give you a surprise if you tell me when the last time
What's
you
the
got laid.
surprise?
I'm going to give you a prize. I'm
Yeah,
going
what
to give you. I'm going to
prize?
give you a BlackBerry. You ever see these things? The BlackBerry, where you can page your friends. I'm going to give you a BlackBerry with Earthlink capabilities. If you tell me when's the last time you got laid,
That's wireless internet connection.
you can check your
for
email wireless.
Yeah.
That's your prize. That's a damn good prize. That's worth about $400 or $500.
Oh, it's
Go
not
ahead.
enough.
Oh, come
It's
on.
not enough. This is priceless information I'm giving you, so you better do better than that.
Go ahead. Tell me. Seriously, I'm shocked that you. I don't believe when you tell me you can't remember the last time you had a woman. Good-looking guy.
Every day, every other day in my horoscope, the last line of the horoscope says, "Get laid more often."
No, come on.
It
I mean,
ain't
the
happening.
women have got to be coming on to you. I mean,
Well, that's true.
if you're not getting women, then no one is. And
Well,
So you're turning
okay,
them
okay.
down.
Let me be honest.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I spent several years being loud, confident, and wrong.
right.
Also, I was a womanizer,
Go ahead.
and I realized the decadence
I'm gonna applaud
of
that.
Are you what you consider a sex addict?
This guy, Jimmy,
ma'am.
this guy's gotten more tail than you'll ever see, and you've gotten laid in comedy clubs.
And you know what? He looks a little like Gary Condit too, so he should be
Oh,
getting some.
No way.
No
He's
way.
a good-looking guy, Gary.
Gary Condit is not
he's
a
not a
good-looking
good-looking guy.
Gary Condit, maybe he's gay back there.
guy. Jimmy might be gay. You got a point about that.
All right,
Yeah,
so
but
you
wait a
spend
minute,
lot
wait a
of
minute.
time being wrong.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
I was one time a womanizer, and it was because I felt insecure with my own sexuality.
Right.
And my
Are
greatest.
you saying you?
and my greatest.
What are you saying? You thought you were gay?
No, I didn't.
No
think I
way.
was
Gary
gay.
Busey thinks
I was
that.
insecure with my maleness. I was
All right.
insecure with my manhood. I was insecure with the amount of sperm I could carry.
I thought you were saying something else. I got nervous.
Well,
Really?
that's your habit.
I know. But-
Anyway, womanizing is over. Chasing women is over. I don't do that. And what happens when I balance myself and center myself and ground myself, I turn into someone who's likable, and the energy I have in me is safe to be around.
So you will not be with women?
No, I'm with women.
You are. Sure, you should be. Don't get carried away with this.
But your marriage is
the thing about
Don't
it
get
is,
carried away
there's
with
many, many ways to make love without physical touch.
So you're saving your essence. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So when's the last time you had a girlfriend?
What do you do? You go out and get laid. What do you do when it's over? What do you do? You
I go to sleep.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, that's
sure
what
I do.
That's what you do. That's why you're not
I'm
married.
done.
That's why you're not married now. You know, when you deal with women the way you do and marry,
Thank you.
marriage will turn out to be the only war where you sleep with the enemy.
Right. That is still true.
That
I
is
think.
true.
Who knows?
I
hey,
know.
listen. Let me tell
I
you
know.
something. You've been
But
married too,
you've been
right?
married. Yeah, you know.
How many times you been married?
2.
Oh, that's not so bad. I don't understand how a guy gets divorced once
And gets married
again because you know you're no good at it.
No, that's not
I'm
true.
no good at it.
There's a book by Bishop Wellington Boone called "Your Wife Is Not Your Mama." I would suggest you get it.
That's true. I happen to
For
agree
every
with you.
man,
Yeah,
every man.
That's right. No, you can end up turning your wife into your mother. You're right.
Well, if you're Jewish, it works like that.
Yeah. Hey, if you're anything, it works like
There's
that.
nothing wrong with Jews. I respect
You could
the
say
Jewish
it.
faith.
You don't like the
Jewish
Jews. You're
religion.
among many.
No, I do.
Most people don't like Jews.
I have unconditional love for everyone.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
But
anyway,
you can spot a Jew, right?
right.
What?
At 50
A
feet,
photo Jew.
you can spot it.
What is a photo Jew?
I want to say Law and Order is based on.
You know what you are? You're an American original.
Thank you. And so are you.
And so are you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm the next Buddy Holly. What do you think of that? I got the glasses for it. Let me ask you something.
What are those glasses? Those glasses make you look like a frog with a big nose.
Well, hey, you know what?
It
Listen,
works for me, though, because
if
I
I
like
could
frog
be as
legs.
good looking as you, I would be it. But I
Oh,
can't.
man.
I'm not going to be able to do it.
It's the inner beauty, Mr. Stern, not
Let me
the
ask you
outer
something.
beauty.
Gary, serious, Mr. Busey. Let me
Okay,
ask you a
Mr.
question.
Stern, you asked
All
my
right.
question. Go ahead.
Law and
I'm
Order, your
listening right
character is
now.
based on the Robert Blake case.
No.
True or false?
No, we changed that around.
You did?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm living, my character is now living under the facade of a name Tommy Vega, and his real name is Cedric Flanagan.
It's not based on Robert Blake? You think Robert Blake did it?
No.
Why
You
do you
know
say that?
Robert
How do you know?
Blake?
I was on the top of the list of Bonnie Bakley's.
Yeah.
Target
What about
list.
that?
Yeah.
Do you know Bonnie Blakely?
No, I met her maybe one time for 5 minutes years ago.
You wouldn't bang an old bag like that. No way.
no.
No, I'm serious. You wouldn't. She was a very heavy-set old woman.
What
How'd
is
she
this
get
banging the old
Robert
bag?
Blake?
You
shit?
could never, and with all respect to the dead, you would not have fallen for that. I mean, you're going to get a nicer piece of tail than her.
How do you know? Wait a minute.
How could this broad
Let's
think?
find out how he knew Bonnie and what their relationship
If you tell me
was.
you banged her,
You're what? Leaving?
I'm leaving. I'm going to leave this interview. You can take
Well,
her.
I got good news for you. I
Go
did
ahead.
not bang her.
Okay, you can stay.
I was simply on the top of the list for her next target.
Did you know her?
I met her for 5 minutes. I've known Bobby since the 70s because I did a Beretta. He's a good
Does he
man.
scare you?
No.
Scared me when he came in here. Worse than you scared me.
You're easily frightened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, more than I scared you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No.
Why did you have to say
No, you
that?
scare me too. You scare me too. You scare me. Just put your belt back on. No. Sit down and answer the question.
You issued a challenge.
He's gonna beat me with his belt. I knew it. I knew I could. I knew it. Don't, not the belt, Mr. Busey, please. Not the belt. Don't take out the belt.
Bonnie Bakley had me on her list.
Go ahead.
They said, find Gary Busey's phone number, call his mother, Virginia, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. And she never called me because she passed away or went to the other side before that happened.
He was killed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
What do you think she was looking for you for?
Your money.
Money and a baby and...
Good Lord.
Isn't it insulting that she would think you're an easy mark? Seriously, isn't that insulting?
But I'm not an easy mark.
No, of course not.
I
But
found it flattering.
you did.
Yeah.
You were honored to be among her.
Not honored, just curiously smiling.
I wonder what she would have done to try to trap you because she was not a good-looking woman.
She couldn't trap me.
No way. Not with that face.
No woman can trap me.
Really.
No.
Well, let me tell you something. Gary Busey is in Slapshot 2 coming out to theaters in September.
Yeah.
You should go see him also on the small screen in Law and Order.
Yeah, we have a new one, too, coming out called The Killing Frost. And I'm doing a film in Texas in September with Dwight Yoakam called Dave the Ox, which is about Texas high school football.
You must be worth a lot of money. You're constantly working. How much are you worth? Announce to my audience.
Priceless.
Really? No, seriously, are you a multimillionaire? You've got to be.
No, I'm not a multimillionaire.
You're not.
You must remember what Benjamin Franklin said. The man who is rich rejoices with what he has.
Let's go to the phones. Tony, you're on the air.
Good morning, Howard. Listen, 2 weeks ago I saw Gary in Malibu Beach. This guy hung like a horse.
What do you mean he's hung?
Naked?
You saw him naked?
No, he was in a Speedo, but his thing was so big you could tell.
Gary, you wear a
He was
Speedo
happy.
on the beach?
No, you know what that was? On Sundays, myself and several friends, in fact, Tony Danza, Chris Chelios, John C. McGinley, John Cusack, what we do, we go down and we rent Clydesdales, and we ride them down.
All famous friends for you. Go ahead. Yeah, that's interesting.
And we ride down to we rent Clydesdales and ride them down to Dairy Queens and shout insults at people wearing zippers.
But you wear a Speedo to the beach?
No, that was the horse's dome.
So this guy didn't see your penis, did he? Did you really see his penis?
Yeah, you could tell.
All right. Well, hey, you're probably well hung. That's a compliment.
That's a
No, that was the.
One more question.
That
By the
was
way,
horse. That
Gary
was the horse.
Busey was on Bonnie Blakely's Young and Rich list.
So she knew.
So
Gary, are you into, third input?
Oh, come on. That's an insulting question. Whether or not Gary Busey has anal sex with women is his business. You don't want to answer that, do you?
Is that a sin?
Is that a sin? You're a religious man. Anal sex, for it or against it?
SIN, S-I-N, stands for self-imposed nonsense.
Dr.
Okay.
Sigmund Freud, you're on the phone.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Stern. I have done an analysis on what Mr. Busey has been telling you, and I'm afraid to say, Mr. Busey, it's time to come back to the rubber room, man.
Ah, come on. Come on.
You're crazy, my friend.
Gary Busey speaks his mind.
You know, I gotta tell the audience something. These phone calls are coming from the staff in the other room.
No, I would never do that.
I saw these written up when I went to see Gary, the producer. I knew they had something for me, but nothing they can do.
Jimmy, you're on the
Shadow
air.
me,
I assure you I
raise
would never
me,
do that.
Strand me or dump me.
I would never do that. Jimmy, you're on the air.
Have you ever turned the dump over?
Robin, Gary, good morning. Quick question. You made a movie called 2 Shades of Blue with a friend of mine, Roy, Eric Roberts, Rachel Hunter, Molly Matlin. Now, how big of an idiot was Eric Roberts on the set, and did my friend Roy have a fight with Eric Roberts?
All right. This guy, I know Eric. I don't think he's
Love
an idiot.
Eric.
Love Eric. But did you think Eric Roberts was an idiot
On the set of
on the
this
set
movie?
of the movie?
Never.
You like
Did
the
you
guy?
see a fight?
Yeah, Eric's a good friend.
Did you see a fight on the
No
movie?
fight.
No fight. Okay.
All right. Let's go to Dave. Dave, you're on the air with Gary Busey,
He's the
starring
rumor mill.
in Slapshot. Yes.
I have
What?
a question for Gary.
Go ahead.
Yes, Gary, I understand you're friends with Jan Michael Vincent. Are you doing anything with him? You don't sound right to me. What's the matter?
Who doesn't sound right to you?
Gary.
Gary Busey doesn't sound right to you? In what way?
And by the way, I'm a big fan, Gary, but you sound a little slow. Are you
Slow?
all right?
He's talking fast.
I'm concerned.
Oh, well, okay. That's a guy who's concerned. Are you on anything right now, Gary?
No, but I think the caller should go see a therapist.
All right. Let's go to Al. Al, you're on with Gary Busey, the star of Slapshot 2.
Morning, Howard. I used to like this guy, but he's like one of these arrogant, obnoxious, hypocrite actors. He comes on your show. You can tell the guy doesn't even like you. He's here just to plug something. Don't even know you.
Gary, is that true? You don't like me?
Oh.
Why are you saying? Why are you making? I don't feel Gary doesn't like me. I think Gary wouldn't be here if he didn't like me.
I adore you, Howard. I adore you.
Well, let's leave it at that, Gary.
Fine and
Thank
dandy.
you. Well, yes, and let's go. Let's hope for one more phone call.
Who screens these idiots?
We don't
Obviously
screen
no
them.
one.
Dan, go ahead. You're on the air.
Help me! STFM, say this fucking movie.
Wait. Go ahead.
Help me.
Go ahead, Dan. You're on with Gary Busey.
Help me.
Yeah, you're talking about Gary being a loose cannon, and I know for a fact he walked off the set of Law and Order.
How would you know that?
Replaced by Joe Piscopo.
He what?
Ask him about being replaced by Joe Piscopo almost.
Is there any truth that you were almost replaced by
Who screens these idiots on the phone?
John? I mean, he puts, but he doesn't screen. He puts everyone through.
He threw a fit. He did all of his own lines. He wouldn't say what was in the script, and then he ran off to.
How would you know this? If Gary says he didn't do that, why would you say that?
I've got inside news on the set.
Who told you this?
I can't say who told me.
Gary, any
I
truth?
don't believe it, because how could you replace him with Joe Piscopo?
Yeah, I don't buy that story.
That's not possible.
That would be a real insult.
Joe Piscopo is on Law and Order now with Gary, and they were going to replace Gary part with Joe Piscopo.
I tell you who this is.
Who is it?
This is Joe Piscopo.
I knew it. It's his publicist. Hey, go ahead. Is this Chris? Go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how's it going? Larry, big fan.
Larry?
Oh, I'm sorry, Gary. But
No, that's right. I'm Larry Busey. I did the Buddy Hackett
a few
story.
years ago, Gary, you had that accident. At the time, you were an advocate for repealing the helmet law, and I wanted to know, since that accident, have you rethought your stance on that position?
I have since that happened with.
You crashed your motorcycle and you received a head injury.
I hit the traumatic brain injury, it's called, and I created the Traumatic Brain Injury Act through Bill Clinton and Senator Orrin Hatch and Kennedy and Bill Frist, Dick Armey, Lee, a lot of people, and that's the joy I have from the gift I got by having the brain surgery. And
so you're for helmet laws?
Oh yeah, there's going to be the new Traumatic Brain Injury Act, when it's reauthorized, is going to say it is mandatory for every state in the union to use helmets: skiing, skateboarding, rollerblading.
It's a miracle you're alive today.
Well, it's a miracle.
I got to tell you something. I went rollerblading. I was just learning a couple of years ago, like maybe 4 years ago.
You probably look like Big Bird on an acid
I did.
trip.
I look so odd.
Really? That's not
Well, yeah. If you have to insult me, go ahead. But if that's what being a promise keeper is about, go ahead.
That's not an insult.
Whatever you want to say.
That's not an insult.
Yes, it is.
Hey, buddy.
No.
You got to do some throwing here.
All right, easy. Don't throw. No. I got equipment. Sit down and relax. Sit down. No. Don't. No, I got equipment. Millions of dollars. No. Oh, he's gonna pour coffee. Calm down, dude.
We'll go off the air.
Calm down, dude.
There's nothing worse than that.
He wants us off.
No, I don't want you off the air.
Mike, you're on the air.
Good morning, King. One quick question for Gary.
Yes.
How many Xanax is he on right now?
Xanax.
You on any kind of medication, Gary?
Xanax is a little village in Mexico.
Right. Mike, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, I'm one of Gary's biggest fans. How's it going, Gary?
Good.
Hey, man. You still ride motorcycles?
No.
No way. You can't.
No,
Why?
I don't.
Would you?
Hey, let me ask you one more thing.
I think you're insane if you drive a motorcycle. Man, I got so many friends who have pins in their legs and lost their legs. You got to be and look at what's in your head, a plate, right?
No, yeah, I got a plate in my head, and I didn't know I had a plate in my head until I started showing up at picnics. I wasn't invited. I had a plate in my head. I just went.
All right, listen. Gary Busey, Slapshot 2 is the movie. We'll go see it in theaters in September. Also, watch him on Law & Order. I want to thank Gary for coming in here.
Let me tell you that about Law & Order. This show is run with such a design of capability and like a family and a tribe. I don't do a lot of TV, but this moves fast and is so courageous with what they do with the stories. I'm so proud to be a part of it.
Well, we're proud to have you on the show, Gary, and thank you for coming in today.
I'm not leaving yet.
Oh, yes, you're done. That's it. I had it with you. No, that's it. No. We'll be back right after. Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, no, don't you leave.
Wait a second. What are you doing? What? No, put on a cigarette. No.
Right on your neck.
No.
Scream. Scream like a banshee.
No!
I love Jewish screams.
Okay, man. All right, we'll be back right after. You almost burned me.
Wake up, it's wake-up time, honey. Gary's here.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Are you sweating in the palm of your back? Jay! My new girlfriend, Ramen.
Yeah, you haven't had a woman in a while.
I know. You see me now? I'm a heat-seeking missile.
All right, somebody arrest him.
If he worked for us, I could have him fired.
Guess what?
You're next. No.
Come on. We're not done. I'm done. Hey, come here! Robin! I love you, but I can't fight you. I cannot fight you. Man. This is showbiz. Oh, man, it sure is. Now what? That's it. I'm going home. God bless you. I love you, man. Thanks, Gary. I love you. Take care, man.
Adios.
Afraid, Gary, I'm afraid.
Where's my girlfriend?
I don't know.
Adios. Thank you very much.
Gary, what's going on in there? You're like attacking everybody. Gary, why were you attacking Howard?
Huh? Hey!
Hi there. Gary, why were you attacking Howard?
Wasn't attacking Howard.
What was going on?
Just having fun.
You'll find
Hey!
in addition to the fantastic deals. How are you?
Good.
So, Gary, you have a good time in there?
How you doing?
You were super on there as always.
Yeah.
You had a good time?
It's show business. A lot of fun. Howard and I go way back, so.
So you weren't really trying to hurt him when you were attacking him?
No. It was all in fun. I was actually playing tickle and pee with Howard.
What does that mean?
That means I tickle you till you pee, and if you pee, you win a set of luggage. And then we play Name That Smell. Then there's a game you play after 6 p.m. called Identify the Stain.
And what's that?
You identify the stain in someone's clothes or on the wall or any place, the carpet. You win prizes with this.
So it sounds like you had a good time.
Goodbye.
Well, let me see if I could describe what just happened. As we were leaving for commercial break, Gary Busey came running over to me with a lit cigar and tried to burn my neck. I grabbed his arm and he was screaming, I love to... What was it?
I love Jewish screams. I love the sound of Jewish screams.
I think Hitler did too. So then we turned off the microphones.
We went to commercial.
And the first thing that happened, Gary came over. We were, shaking hands and stuff.
Yeah, it seemed all civil. Very nice.
Went over to Robin. He gave Robin a hug, and then he started picking Robin up
and squeezing me. It was like bear hugs.
Squeezing her and lifting her off of the ground.
3 times.
3 times.
And I thought, okay, now he's going to stop.
Then, and which is always scary when someone starts lifting you off the ground. You never know what's going to happen. Then all of a sudden, he pushed her down onto the floor, tackled her.
Jumped on top of me.
Jumped on top of her and started humping her.
It was rape.
Yeah.
Well, yes,
so
I think I need to call the police.
We pulled Gary Busey off of Robin. Thank God. Me and 2 other guys.
Yeah, it was me, you, and Gary.
Yeah, we pulled him off. I picked Robin up off the floor, gave her my hand. She got up.
Look, here it is.
Here we go.
All right. Well, before you show the tape, wait a second. I want to tell the audience. And then he goes, all right, that's enough with Robin. Now you're next. He looks at me, turns around. He starts to try to tackle me.
Yes.
Except I'm a little...
He's trying to take you down.
I was a little more prepared than Robin was.
Well, I wasn't going to fight the guy.
Yeah, well, I was. He starts to take me down. I grab him around the neck, and I headlocked him and held on to him. Yes. Then he tried to grab my wrists, which are all cut up now, both of them I noticed. No. Yeah, because Gary Busey has long nails like a girl. And he cut my wrist with his nail. So I held his hands and kept him in the headlock and kept shanking him, like moving him like around. And then you guys tried to get Gary Busey off me, but I wouldn't let go of him.
Yeah, I had an arm and Gary had him around his neck almost.
And then I said, gee, why is Gary Busey not getting disconnected from Howard? What's holding him? And I realized you were holding his head.
Howard was holding him.
Well, I wasn't letting go because I didn't know what was going on. I just wasn't letting go of the guy.
But I'll tell you the weirdest thing about Robin, he picked her up, he hugged her, he tackled her and everything, but when he got her on the ground and he got on top of her, he started thrusting. Yeah. And that's when I got worried.
Yeah.
And you don't know what to do with
the guy hasn't gotten laid in a lot of years, too.
He got up and he said, hey, man, I'm a heat-seeking, moist missile, whatever.
Yeah, heat-seeking missile.
So anyway, we do have playback.
Well, after you finished with him, he got up. He didn't want to wrestle with you anymore. He says, where's that girl?
No. He goes, where's my girlfriend?
Yeah, well, I ran. I left the studio.
So here you have
Gary. I went
Gary.
and hid in another part of the radio station.
You see, Robin, what happened with you is on tape, but there's no audio. There's Gary picking you up once, picking you up twice, picking you up 3 times, and now he begins to take you down onto the ground.
Oh, my goodness.
He hits the ground first, and then he tackles you.
He rolls on top of me.
Now he's on top of you.
Goodness. Oh, him, and I tried. Oh dear, I'm in the fetal position now.
We're trying to figure out what's going on. All right, I get Gary Busey gets off of you. I pick you up.
Looks harmless.
Then Gary comes over to me.
Now this we have audio on if you want.
Yeah, let me see.
Fred's got to put it up, but we have it.
Here we go.
He tackles me. Right, here he gets. Yeah, and then oh no, now he gets me. Watch this. I grab him around the neck.
Right, you've got him.
Yeah, okay.
I got him around the neck.
You do have him in a headlock.
And I got him in a headlock, and now I'm gonna kick his freaking ass.
Trying to tickle you, so you grab.
Yeah, I got him. I grab him. He's trying to grab my nuts, I think. I released. I didn't know what he was up to.
Jeez.
Man.
Now he's looking
now
for
he's looking
me.
for Robin.
And I'm like, all right, that's it, guys. I'm
Gary's crazy. That dude is nuts. Gary Busey, get him back on the show, but put him in a tiger tank.
You know what? That's a fear factor.
Yeah.
Spend 10 minutes with Gary Busey.
I'm not doing it.
But Robert's proof of what adrenaline can do. I have never seen her move like that.
Yeah, you move fast.
I was out of here. I was not staying around for another.
It's a good workout, I'll tell you that.